Julie Salisbury.
Master of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, what goes around comes around. In Thailand, it's also known as making merit. The first time I experienced this is when I arrived in Thailand by sailboat. I had been at sea for 35 days. I couldn't wait to get on land. Unfortunately, the skipper had other plans. Don't be so ridiculous, Julie. You haven't had a bath for 35 days. Your hair is full of salt. And you don't smell so good either. I don't care, Graham. I have been at sea for 35 days. I want to get these feet on solid ground. And I haven't had a decent meal for 35 days. I want to go to a restaurant. Reluctantly, he agreed. As we rowed ashore, I looked down at myself and I thought, on reflection, had I been in Victoria, I would have most certainly been mistaken as a homeless person. As we approach the restaurant, Suda's bar, I can see Suda waiting at the entrance, looking at the vagabonds walking towards her. Welcome, welcome, come, come, eat, drink, you look very tired. Suda, thank you so much, but first we really do have to go and get some local currency. We need some Thai baht to pay. Oh, no problem, no problem. Eat, drink, you pay me later. We actually spent 2 weeks eating and drinking on Suda's credit. Making merit in Thailand means that the concept of lying or deceit doesn't even exist. We could have just pulled up anchor and left at any time. We were complete strangers in a brand new country. But she had no perception that we would even dream of doing something like that. Making merit in Thailand means that when you're reborn an even better person. The next time I came across this was when I was backpacking by myself. I'm waiting at the bus stop in a very remote village in the middle of nowhere. It's getting dark. The bus arrives, the door opens, and the bus driver says, "Sorry, no room. Bus full. Big bag." "Please, please, I have nowhere to stay. I'm all alone. There's no motorbike taxis here. What am I going to do?" "Sorry, no room. Big bag. No room. Please, please, please. I'm all alone. I'm a female all alone." "Sorry, no room." A Thai lady suddenly stands up from her seat, picks up her bag, walks to the front of the bus. "Sawadee-ka. You take ticket. I stay. You go." And with that, she got off the bus. I never even had the opportunity to properly say thank you to her. I did get the opportunity, however, a few days later, when I was on a boat arriving in Cambodia. As the boat arrived at the port, all the backpacks that were balanced on the top of the boat all started to wobble and become unbalanced. Suddenly, one large backpack fell off the boat, splat, onto the muddy banks of the River Mekong. I looked around at all the big, burly European men. Quick! Quick! Get the bag! Get the bag!
It's not my bag. It's not my bag.
Well, it's somebody's bag. It's somebody's bag. Somebody help. Nobody was going to help. And so I slipped and slid down the muddy banks of the Mekong, dragging the bag, mud coming up in my open sandals and splattering all over me. Eventually, to a resting point that was safe. Lee, who owned the bag, came up to me. Thank you so much. Everything I own is in this bag. Oh, that's okay. You would have done the same for me. 3 weeks later, I'm in, all alone. I've had a very bad back accident. I managed to get to the internet cafe and I type an SOS letter. Please, somebody help me. Not surprisingly, it was Lee who came to my rescue. She spent 2 weeks rehabilitating me. We went our separate ways. 3 years later, quite by chance, we met again in Victoria. She wanted to start a non-profit organisation to help women and children in Cambodia. I now do that with Lee. We co-found a non-profit organisation which helps the victims of land evictions. What comes around goes around. 3 years later, I get my opportunity to make merit and to pay back that lady on the bus. Master Servant.